Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah named successor as assassination threats intensify. In the shadow of mounting military pressure and fears of assassination, Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah has reportedly moved to a secure underground bunker and suspended all electronic communications, drastically limiting his direct contact with top military commanders. According to three senior Iranian officials familiar with his emergency war plans, Ayatollah now communicates primarily through a single trusted aide as Israel's unprecedented airstrike continue to devastate Tehran and other parts of the country. Israel has vowed to eliminate the Iran supreme leader as a way of de-escalating this war, that they must fight this war to illogical conclusions in order to ensure the preservation of Israel nation in a bid to self-determination and self-defense. The officials who spoke on condition of anonymity revealed that the supreme leader has also preemptively appointed a line of replacements across Iran's military commands in case more high-ranking lieutenants are killed in the ongoing conflict. In what analysts describe as an extraordinary and revealing move, Ayatollah has also named three senior clerics as potential successors to his position, an action that underscores the gravity of the moment for both his leadership and the Islamic Republic itself. Ayatollah 86 is said to view the possibility of assassination as a part of martyrdom, but is determined to ensure continuity of power and the preservation of the state of Iran. The top priority is the preservation of the state, said Vaisas, a renowned Iran expert and professor of international affairs. It is all calculative and pragmatic. The Iranian leader heightened security measures follow Israel's surprise and relentless military campaign, which began just 1 week ago but is already being described as the most intense assault on Iran since the Iran-Iraq War of 1980s. Iranian officials claim that the strike have inflicted greater damage on Tehran in days than Saddam Hussein did in 8 years of war. Despite the initial shock, Iran has mounted a counter-offensive, launching daily missile strikes that have hit strategic locations in Israel, including a hospital and Haifa oil refinery and residential and religious sites. Behind the scene, Iranian leadership is bracing for a protracted conflict and a range of possible escalations, including the potential involvement of the United States, President Donald J. Trump, who has signaled interest in the region's development, is reportedly weighing options. The country's political and military chain of commands remains intact for now, despite the loss of several key figures and the ongoing threat of further. Diplomats and Iranian sources confirm that there are no visible signs of internal dissent, though contingency planning has reached unprecedented levels. Wow, this is quite interesting. The supreme leader of the Islamic State of Iran never anticipated or envisaged the possibility of such escalations. Perhaps they thought is something they could manage within their capabilities, but unfortunately, their military capabilities has fallen below expectations as they were shocked at the manner Israel strike had left an irreparable, devastating damage to the entire Iranian regime. Among these most significant revelations is that Motabi, the supreme leader's son and a cleric with close ties to the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, is not among the three chosen successors, despite long-running speculations about his ambitions. Former President Ibrahim Rasis, who was widely believed to be a front-runner, died in a helicopter crash in 2024. By directing Iran's Assembly of Experts and to expedite the appointment of a new supreme leader in the event of the death of Ayatollah is bypassing the traditional lengthy and opaque selection process, which can take months of deliberations within elite clerical cycles. More is seen as a calculated attempt to avoid a power vacuum at a critical junction at a critical juncture in country's history. Wow, this is quite interesting. Honestly, Ayatollah, the supreme leader of Iran, have considered this as a part of martyrdom should he be assassinated in the cause of propagating the Islamic faith and what that represents. Well, he has seen this commitment and tenacity, unwavering tenacity of the Israeli government and defense force to hunt him down, as Israel has started the bombardment of the hidden bunker where he has taken refuge, hopefully thinking that that could possibly save him. Well, it is quite very unfortunate that in less than just 2 weeks, the entire Islamic regime or Republic of Iran is falling under heavy strikes by Israeli government. And that is quite an interesting moment. But whatever happens, hopefully we shall see how that possibly goes down. In line with this, President Trump rejects Putin's offer to broker Israel-Iran peace. Says, mediate your own first. Wow, that is quite interesting. US President Trump has publicly dismissed an offer from Russian President Vladimir Putin to mediate peace talks between Israel and Iran, urging the Russian leader to prioritize solving Russia's own internal and international conflicts, particularly the ongoing war in Ukraine. I think that is a very good advice. Trump has called on the Putin administration to end the war in Ukraine before trying to put up the fire going on between Israel and Iran. I spoke to Putin yesterday and he actually offered to help mediate. Trump said, I told him, do me a favor, mediate your own. Let's mediate Russia first. I said, Putin, take care of your own problems before worrying about the Middle East. The exchange comes just days after Kremlin announced Putin's willingness to serve as a go-between in the deepening Israel-Iran conflict, citing Moscow's existing diplomatic ties with both nations. The Russian government has expressed concern that the ongoing hostility could spiral into full-blown regional war. However, many Western analysts view Putin's offer as a calculated move aimed at repositioning Russia as a global peace broker, despite its continued military aggression in Ukraine, now entering its fourth year. With Moscow increasingly isolated on the world stage, critics say the Ukrainians' overture is part of a broader effort to deflect attention from domestic economic woes and military setbacks. Well, that is quite interesting. Trump's blunt rejection signals Washington's unwillingness to involve Moscow in sensitive geopolitical negotiations, while it remains a belligerent power embroiled in protracted conflict of its own making. Well, that is quite interesting, and it's a welcome and interesting development, especially in our world today. We do hope that peace will be restored, whatever be the case.